Shalom and good day all, this is Tehillim29, back again for some indie comic reviews, and in these indie comic reviews I'll be covering Dan Didio's Defenders of the Earth, Dark Destiny. So this is volume 2 of Defenders of the Earth, and it's also issue 2. And next to that we have Speed Racer, Tales from the Road, the next one-shot in the series. I'll now get things ready and organized for the first one that I'll be reviewing. So, first things first, does this cover in any way, shape or form connect to something that is happening inside with the story? It certainly does, to which I give it a 7.5 out of 10. Next is the area of the internal art, as we have a look around the beginning, the middle, and of course the end, and also what's happening story-wise with the characters. And of course, once again, we are introduced to the whole cast, as who will be appearing in this story. And as you can see, we return back to the area of Mongo and what is happening there with the Defenders of the Earth, being Flash Gordon, Mandrake, Lothar, and of course the Phantom. Now, of course, to those who remember the last issue, Flash Gordon was also saved by a group called the Hawkmen, and these are also some of the other members that make up Mongo. We also get the introduction of what looks to be a female ninja, or a kunoichi, making their appearance in this particular arena. I hopefully hope this ninja will be a bit of an ally of sorts. As we start to move towards the end, we get to see what's happening with the younger members that make up the Defenders of the Earth, and also what's happening on Earth. And last but not least, left in a little bit of a cliffhanger of what to expect next. For the internal art, I give a 7.5 out of 10. Next is the area of the story racing. So first things first, do we get anything time-wise? And sure enough we do, which we have minutes earlier being used in part of the story. Next is the locations that make an appearance in the story. First being Earth and the other one being Mongo. Last but not least, the cast of characters consisting of Flash Gordon, Phantom, Lothar, Mandrake, Rick, Jeddah, Kashin, Alj, Zufi, Dale Arden, Kurt Walker, Croton, and Ming the Merciless. My overall rating for this story is a 7.5 out of 10. Now it's time to move into the Speed Racer Tales from the Road. So, first things first, does this cover in any way connect to anything that is happening story-wise within the book, or within this issue? Sure enough it does, which I give it a 7.5 out of 10. Now it's time to move into the area of the internal art, as we have a look around the beginning, the middle, and of course the end. If it's one thing about this, I originally thought it had 2 stories. I was wrong, and it's actually got a 3rd story. So I'll be showing art from all 3. So in this particular issue, or in this particular one-shot, we are following the racers as they rush to get his missus to the hospital so she can give birth to their first son. And of course we do actually get to see the birth of their second son, being Speed. So this is the birth of the first, and we move directly into the second. Of course, we get to see the events of what happened with Rex, and we move directly into the next story, and we get to see the makeup of what is happening here speed-wise, until, of course, we move on to the last story. Though not a very long one, it's certainly an enjoyable one. For the internal art, I give it a 7.5 out of 10. Now it's time to move in relation to the area of the stories. I'll just go through the main things. So, was there anything time-wise? No. Location-wise? No. Cast-wise, we got to see, of course, I'll say the mother of Speed Racer. We got to see Rex as well as Speed Racer in this story. For the rating for story 1, I gave it a 7.5 out of 10, and for story 2, I gave it a 7 out of 10, and for story 3, I also gave it a 7 out of 10. Until then, let's keep it colourful and have yourself an awesome day.